Good evening and welcome to Late Night Review, where we talk about what's happening
and what's not.
I'm Jack Overbeck.
And I'm Ethan Dennis, and here are tonight's top stories.
The House Judiciary Committee has stated that they plan to subpoena the full Mueller report to make it open to the public, saying that Attorney General William Barr's 4-page conclusion, quote, isn't enough. Wow. They're not satisfied by an extremely vague and underwhelming summary, so now they want to see what's in the actual report? I mean, I know taxpayers paid $25 million to fund this investigation, but I really thought they'd be happy with Billy Barr's big bucket of bull.
The President's Daily Briefing, or Fox and Friends, it is sometimes more commonly known, was harshly criticized over the weekend for referring to Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras as, quote, 3 Mexican countries in a headline. They were probably just confused because Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras are 3 Central American countries that will all be contributing just as much as Mexico to pay for Trump's border wall.
The granddaughter of fascist dictator Benito Mussolini recently lashed out at Jim Carrey on Twitter for posting artwork depicting her grandfather and his mistress being strung up after failing to flee Italy at the end of World War II. She's even asked media outlets to refrain from using the image, saying that it, quote, tarnishes his great legacy. Okay, so 2 things. First, I'm pretty sure old Grandpa Duce took care of the legacy tarnishing with all that fascism that drove his own people to shoot him in the street. And second, why is she not worried about the fact that her grandfather was obviously a vampire?
Whole Foods has announced that this Wednesday, shoppers will see a 3rd round of price cuts on hundreds of items as the grocer looks to revamp its expensive image. Now you'll be able to buy that bag of 3 artisanally toasted Dutch almonds for only $27.
Burger King recently announced that they will be debuting a new plant-based burger, finally giving vegetarians the option to eat like trash.
Beto O'Rourke officially kicked off his campaign for president with rallies in El Paso, Austin, and Houston this weekend. He reportedly prepared for the event by doing 3,000 counter squats.
Round up, a historic UT tradition that was once a chance for high school seniors to get a glimpse of what college life was really like, but is now a weekend of lavish parties, happened this past weekend. Here to tell us about it is our Roundup correspondent, Roundup Ricky, everybody.
Ricky, we're happy to have you here.
Bro, I am happy to be here, Ethan. I'm still kind of drunk, TBH.
It's Tuesday.
Roundup goes hard.
It sounds like a wild weekend. What were some of the highlights?
Bro, every frat is throwing a party. You got Kappa Sig, Sigma Chi, and Omega America Great Again, okay? But the most kicking party this year was Zeta Theta Beta, a frat where you're more likely to see a Beto 2020 sign than a minority. This party had everything. They had everything. Girls doing Molly for the first time. Molly doing girls for the first time. A pile of lime scooters doused in gasoline and set on fire at exactly 11:69 p.m. And pledge pong.
Pledge pong?
Yeah, it's like beer pong, except the cups are pledges' mouths, and the beer is urine kept in the basement by the water heater for the past 40 years. It's chunky. After every cup is made, you have to baby bird from the pledge's mouth into your own.
Excuse me, what is baby birding?
Baby birding is when you do a shot, and then you do a shot, and then you spit it into somebody else's mouth, and it's their shot. You want to try?
No. Ricky, it's okay. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, you really finished that. Okay, what about some of the music acts at Roundup? Let's talk about that.
Music was baller, okay? Every party features one of your favorite acts from 2009. There was B.O.B., Jeremiah, and the Jonas Brothers. Cover band.
And who is your favorite, Ricky?
B to the O to the B, Avi, okay? He played all the songs you know and love. He got Airplane. And there's Magic, and his new single, a 17-minute rant about how the earth is actually flat. Gotta say, dude brought up some good points.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Ricky. Roundup sounds kind of lame.
Lame? Roundup isn't lame, because Roundup has chicks. At normal parties, I usually get like 1 puss, maybe, but at Roundup, I get like minimum 3 puss. like I was talking to this girl, and she said she was a senior, and she looked really young, but it's okay because I'm like hella into older women. And she was like, college seems fun, blah, blah, blah. Like, I wasn't listening. She was like, I'm really looking forward to it. And I was like, that's weird because you're like almost done.
I think that was a senior in high school, Ricky.
Hey, well, to quote my boy Matty McConaughey, that's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older and they get more creeped out. But hey, don't worry. I use my better judgment.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
She
good.
didn't like Mo Bamba, so I was like, I gotta go.
Round up Ricky, everybody! This past Sunday, rapper Nipsey Hussle was fatally shot in front of his own Marathon clothing store in South LA. Speculation surrounding the murder and the meaning of its location have led to our theory that Hussle was gunned down not by the police, as some have stated, but rather by the fashion police. At least, that's what we call them.
The day before April Fool's Day, Tesla CEO Elon Musk dropped his debut single, a rap album titled R.I.P. Harambe, proclaiming his love for the fallen gorilla and recreational marijuana. This comes as just the latest installment in his series, Are You There, Void? It's me, Elon.
Imprisoned pharma bro and big excited boy Martin Shkreli has reportedly been placed in solitary confinement after authorities discovered that he had been secretly controlling his business from the inside using a contraband cell phone. This has had a generally positive effect on the rest of the inmates. After Shkreli's face was hidden away, the facility saw a 1,200% decrease in inmate suicides.
Today's Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced that he was introducing new legislation to put an end to the Democrats' quote, meaningless obstruction of presidential cabinet nominees. Alexa, write us another Merrick Garland joke.
The NRA has said they do not support reauthorizing the Violence Against Women Act, which attempts to keep convicted domestic abusers from obtaining firearms. When met with claims of misogyny, the NRA defended themselves, saying, "We support violence against all people."
Former Vice President Joe Biden has now been accused of several forms of inappropriate touching by 2 different women, just as he is expected to make a decision about running for president in the 2020 election. Reports suggest that while on the campaign trail, Biden plans to cite these accusations as examples of his most presidential behavior. For Late Night Review, I'm Ethan Dennis.
I'm Jack Overbeck.
Good night.